I have a serious question that needs to be answered. What is the appeal of a black bath bomb? I'm not kidding. I don't get it. I have black bath bomb requests all the time. And we make one, right? We have the Death Eater bomb in the Harry Potter inspired line. But aside from that, like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you would want to be in black bathwater. I guess we're going to figure that out today, but before we get into that, welcome back to Soap and Clay. I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. Now today on 365 Days of Soap, we're going to be exploring hidden color bath bombs. And I love hidden color bombs. I get so many requests for hidden color black bath bombs, and that's really hard for me to do because I don't actually use lakes or dyes or the liquid colorants that you would need to properly and easily turn your tub water black inside of another color. But today I thought we could have some fun and make some testers using activated charcoal as a colorant to see if we can successfully make a hidden color black bath bomb. You ready to check it out? Let's go. So hidden color bath bombs start where all bath bombs start, with the dry ingredients, and we mix the liquid ingredients into it. So we are going to put the 1.5 tablespoons of water into the baking soda and cornstarch mix. Again, I put the cornstarch in there to help out with obviously the floating of the bombs, the prolonging of the fizz time, as well as the actual balancing of the skin's pH, which is very important. And then you're also going to put in, the scent. And then we're going to mix it up, and we're going to do things and get rid of all the clumps and bumps. And we want to make sure that that liquid is evenly distributed throughout the entire batch, because that's very important. We don't want any rogue things of, water hanging out anywhere, because we put the citric acid in very, very last. Best pro tip ever. Put the citric acid in last so you don't get the fizzy reaction in your container as opposed to, in your tub. And you're going to mix that very well in there and make sure that everything is, fully incorporated and ready to go for the actual molding. Now, for hidden color bath bombs, we are working with a couple of different problems. The biggest problem being, I do not use liquid lakes or dyes, and that is the easiest way to make sure that your bath bombs, get black, or your water gets black rather. So we're going to do a couple tests here. One of them is going to be using glycerin and activated charcoal. Now, the thinking is the glycerin will help sort of disperse the activated charcoal. So within the finished product, you're not going to get any sort of big clumps of activated charcoal kind of hanging out and doing their thing in the tub and sort of sticking to the sides of the tub, and it's not appealing, it's not fun. And then the second test we're going to do is just straight activated charcoal. So you can see what using just straight activated charcoal does to your bath water and how well it actually mixes in. So we have everything ready to go as far as the colors go, because obviously we're just using the one, we're using black, and this is the glycerin test. And the activated charcoal itself will be added to some of the bombs, in its dry form. Now that we have everything mixed up, we are going to put in the citric acid. Again, best pro tip ever, citric acid goes in last. You guys, classes in, the shop, I ask people, first off, who here has made a bath bomb before, And a couple of people will always raise their hands, and I'll ask, well, how did it go? And they will say they had a tough time. It wasn't great. And I then give them this pro tip about, putting the citric acid in last, and they're like, yeah, that's not at all what I was, told to do with my instructions. Because of course you weren't. Because we as, soap makers or bath bomb makers or whatever, we like to make our job seem super, super hard. But it's not. Like, if you have, basic, I don't know, knowledge of how things work, it's not hard. You can do it. Anybody can do it. I can do it, and I'm a hot mess. So yeah, you can absolutely do the thing. So yeah, the glycerin test is going in right now, right? So we are putting in the activated charcoal that has been mixed with the glycerin. And my hope is that this particular, putting in the glycerin this way, is not going to cause the bath bomb to sort of expand while it's drying. Because I want it to be obviously a sphere, and I don't want to see any cracking or bubbling or any sort of problems. Now, you see the issue working with black for hidden color bath bombs, or any hidden color bath bombs to that, is you have the potential to sort of drop it into the actual bath bomb powder itself. And look, it's all over my gloves, and it's not great. And so I'm going to be cleaning my gloves off a lot throughout this. Now, for hidden color bath bombs in general, I love a good hidden color bomb. We have them in the Harry Potter line. We have the sorting bombs, and we don't use this process at all in either one of these processes. We do not use this in the Harry Potter, the sorting bombs. And I'm not gonna tell you what we do because that would take the magic away from the classes, because we also do the Harry Potter classes, and one of the things we do is the potions class, and you're making your sorting bomb, but you as the person who's taking the class, not even know what color you're going to end up getting. It's magic, so I'm not going to tell you. But I put a larger amount of glycerin into this guy to see if it makes a difference, the amount of glycerin that you put in the core of the bath bomb, essentially, to the actual hardening and the curing of the bath bomb. Is this one going to crack, or any of them going to crack? Again, we're testing. We're going to find out. And so for the third bomb, I will also put a little bit more glycerin in too, just to see if there's any difference between the three. And I will be testing the first bomb as far as the amount of glycerin goes when we do the test, later, after the bombs have cured up. So this will be the third glycerin bomb, and we are putting in more than we did before. And that's awesome. We want to test and see just how much this solution will handle before it starts failing, and it won't fizz, or it gets dry and crumbly, and the bath bomb itself fails and isn't a well molded bomb. So we're testing it out. And yeah, I got another drop of black in the actual powder itself, and look, oh god, it's all over my hands. It's terrible. So I've been reusing gloves like crazy since the whole COVID thing, right? Because I donated actually all of my gloves, because I have gloves for the classes, obviously, and I have 20 boxes in stock at that point, and I decided that I should go ahead and donate those to the local hospital to help out with them, because everybody's running low on supplies, and I want to make sure that our first responders have the things that they need to keep themselves safe, or to keep everyone safe from them, if that's the case. And so I donated all of my stock, because I know I'm not doing classes right now, and I held back the batch of gloves, or the box of gloves that I had already opened, and I think I had like 50 pairs in there. So as a result, I have been using these over and over and over again, and just washing them like all day long. I just have the exact same set of gloves on. I mean, I'm not going anywhere with them. I use them for my own protection while I'm making the things, as well as yours, because you don't want my germs in your bath bombs. Anyway, yeah, so here's just the activated charcoal mix here. This is straight activated charcoal. It's not mixed with glycerin or anything, and we're going to see what this one does in the tub as opposed to the one that actually has the dispersion within the glycerin, and see if it makes a difference between the two. And I will do 2 of those with this particular batch, and then we will go ahead and test them and see which one sort of works better. And I know which one's going to work better, because well, A, I'm doing this like audio part after the fact, but 2, because I just know these things now after having done this for so long. But you don't know it, and you should be able to see it in action, because there are a lot of rules that we follow that's like, you know, don't ever make a single oil soap. Well, I'm going to show you what happens when you do. Or don't ever put just straight activated charcoal into a bath bomb or straight mica into a bath bomb. Again, I'm going to show you what happens when you do, so you have an actual visual tied to the whole don't do this, and then you can make the decision yourself as to whether or not you should, because for all the rules in soap making, there are definitely a lot that can also be broken. Well, there they are. There's the 2 that are with just straight activated charcoal, and the 3 on top have the glycerin in them, and we are going to test these guys tomorrow as soon as they cure up. Oh! How do you like my slow-mo shot? It's pretty good, right? I'm learning this whole editing thing. Haven't learned the audio thing yet, though. Working on it. Now, this guy, yeah, so this is the no glycerin test. And yeah, you see the little things that are, that's the activated charcoal. And it looks like bugs. And that's gross. I don't like it. I think that's really disgusting. And I'm not a fan. And it's also not mixing with the water. So, you know, kind of a fail for the no glycerin test. Let's see what happens with the glycerin. All right, this guy's fizzing out, and you can see the little clumps that are coming out, but they are quickly like dispersing within the water. So they disappear almost as quickly as they come. So much better. The glycerin definitely helps with the dispersion, but I'm not seeing any black bathwater yet. Are you? Like it's not happening. And this is unfortunately the thing that you are dealing with when you are dealing with just a straight activated charcoal, as opposed to like a liquid lake or a dye or something that's specifically designed to turn your tub water, you know, black. And that's, you know, as good as we got. It's a smoky gray. It's not a black, which is cool. It's pretty, but it's not what we were going for there.
So as you can see, it didn't quite go according to plan if the plan was to have the entire bathwater black. And that was legitimately the plan. And that's unfortunately something that doesn't work out really well with the small amount of activated charcoal that we used. If you wanted your whole bathtub to be completely black with activated charcoal, you would need to essentially mix in the charcoal with the entire batch and then put some glycerin into the batch as well to ensure the good dispersion. Speaking of the dispersion, right? You saw between test 1 and test 2, test 1 of these globs of activated charcoal coming out looking almost like bugs. It was, I think that would actually be cool for maybe like a Halloween themed bath bomb. That's kind of a cool idea, so file that away for later. And the test 2 bomb, while it didn't have the big globs of activated charcoal rolling out of it, it also didn't color the water black. It went to like a nice, you know, smoke gray, which is great. And that's completely fine, but I think we're gonna go ahead and call this hidden color bath bomb a fail. But now you know, activated charcoal inside, not the best idea. You might wanna stick with liquid colorants. Thank you so much for joining us again today for 365 days of soap. It's been a lot of fun. These bath bombs, they were fun to make, they were fun to test, and at the end, the Soap and Clay Kidlets got to play in the tub, so it all worked out. It was a win all around. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you had a good time. If you did, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, help the channel grow. You can find bath bombs on soapandclay.com. There is a hidden color bath bomb, again, in the Harry Potter inspired line, the sorting bombs, if you're really wanting to go for a hidden color bath bomb. There is also a black bath bomb in the Harry Potter inspired line too. You can check that out. That's the Dark Mark. But as far as this particular bomb, I consider this a fail, so everything we made for this will go straight to scratch and dent, and so you can pick one up there if you're lucky. You can find me on all social media. Handle is Soap and Clay, with the exception of Facebook. I don't even use soap. And yeah, that's it. We're done for the day. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.